Today I'm showing y'all the results of my experiment with epoxy resin, resin pigments, and then alcohol ink sinker. And these hearts on the right were an absolute mistake because I didn't mix the ink sinker correctly. And I also messed up because I used a base coat of UV resin before I realized what I had done. So there's a very clear line between the UV resin and then where the epoxy resin fills in. And then the sinker ink went everywhere. So these hearts on the left here are less of a mistake and yet still a mistake. You can see all of that white that's in there, and I need to find the proper container from which I can dispense this ink sinker because I'm getting way too much in there. The way I did these was I filled the trays with epoxy resin and applied the resin pigment, and then I applied the ink sinker. The ones where the ink actually had a chance to bloom, that looked a lot better. And going back to these, they were made first, but they're still tacky because there's so much of the ink sinker that fell into the molds. So those are pretty much just trash. But these look pretty good. This one, the resin bloomed a lot first, and it looks really interesting. I like those a lot better. Besides having more control over the color and the disbursement, I tried the epoxy resin also with these molds because the original intent I had with these hearts was to put two of the flat pieces together to make a rounder heart. And it wasn't working with the UV resin because it's too hard to, and then getting the two pieces to glue together to fit properly is too difficult. The epoxy resin is still just malleable enough that I can press the two sides together without distorting it, and they press together perfectly. It'll finish hardening together and I'll get a solid heart. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to try more colors and more effects, to learn more about the blooming effect and dispensing it at the correct temperature. This one worked a lot better than my first attempt, which I couldn't even put on camera. It was just so bad, y'all, because the resin hardened while I was pouring the hearts. This is so much better. Far from perfect, but absolutely more what I was looking for. I'm really excited for what I'm going to be able to put together with these. That's it for today, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, share, all of that good fun stuff so I can grow the channel and bring y'all more handmade gifts and crafts. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.